MasterBoris is back with a new video. Was good in the hood. Chicken nuggets with some hot sauce on them combos. Today another reaction video. Shout out to the Crimson Cure for this joint. Title of this video is Brittany Renner admits faking religion for dang-a-lang and attention. Duh. Y'all really thought she was doing all that just to change her whole world around, being at peace with herself and being religious? No, it was all for attention. Everything she do is for attention. That's how she make her money. But yeah, we gonna get right into this video and see what Crimson Cure is talking about and see what's happening with Brittany Renner. Let's just get right into it.
Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, not that we needed her to solidify what we already understood and saw, but Brittany Renner comes back out to talk about how she faked being Muslim, basically for D and attention, which is crazy. But I want you to listen to the other stuff that she said, because right here it says she reveals why she left Islam after 52-day marriage to Kevin Gates. Says she felt like Casper the ghost in her hijab. Keep that in mind.
Muslims. No, I'm not on practice anymore. I had to wear cornrows to fit in a hijab, and I'm no longer interested in shrinking myself. I was Muslim for like 10 months, married for 52 days. I actually got baptized in March. I did get baptized, but I just, at this point in stage, like where I'm at right now, I don't really follow any religion. I just don't, like, none of it really calls to me like that. And I think a big part of what people don't understand is when I was Muslim, that I really needed that structure when I was rebuilding my life. I needed that protection. And even with wearing a hijab, I felt like it cloaked me. Like I felt almost invisible. Like when I would wear a hijab in public, it's like, I was like, am I Casper? Can anybody see me here? Hello? So I just felt like being wrapped up, and also knowing that there is so much more to me than my body, but the body's, you know what I'm saying? Are you still Muslim? No.
Which is crazy work. All of that is crazy. She playing with God. That's number one. She call herself playing with God. She's not really playing with God.
Oh, she is. She is. If you saying something that you don't really mean, and you want to be religious and whatnot, you are playing with God. You are. You're not following what he's saying. A lot of these women like her that's consumed by the garden of insanity, they only use God as convenience, just to avoid accountability. And I'm pretty sure that's what she's been doing, to get her way and to soften the blow of her guilt that she feels inside within herself. But yeah, let's ride out. Or she doesn't care. But yeah, let's ride out.
But that's what she call herself doing. Faking being Muslim, then going to get baptized to fake being a Christian. So she think that she playing in the Most High face, which she gonna find out the hard way that you actually cannot play in Allah's face at all. Like, you can't play in his face. You can do whatever it is you think you're doing, but what you're not doing is playing in his face. Thinking that God is stupid is a one-way ticket to a place.
Now, put it that way, that is true. You can't fool God. You can't fool him. He would know everything you're doing before you even do it. So, yes, you are correct on that, Crimson Cure. But yeah, let's ride out.
I don't want to be in this life or the next. But I want y'all to peep why. Not only did she fake it and not actually believe in Allah and his Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but she did not like the hijab serving its purpose. The purpose of the hijab is to cover a woman. And many people misconstrue that as thinking that that is just a physical covering, and it is not. It is a covering of vanity for women. It actually covers your vanity. It pretty much destroys it almost for public consumption. It doesn't destroy it for the woman herself, for her personal use, nor for its use in her home and with her husband, because we're actually instructed to beautify ourselves in our homes for ourselves and for our husbands, so that we can actually engage the vanity that is so critical to women's sensuality, sexuality, and femininity. Vanity is critical to it. So completely suppressing vanity is not a good thing. However, hijab is there to make sure that it's not for public consumption. That is what she didn't like. She didn't like that the hijab was serving its purpose. Am I invisible? Yes. Yes. Yes, you are. The hijab and the abaya and all that, whatever words you want to use for it, the covering of the Muslim woman is there specifically to cover up your body, your vanity, and make you invisible to the lust of men. They actually look around you. The other purpose is so that you are not bothered, so that you are not, the Quran English interpretation uses the word, so that the believing women are not harassed and molested. Specifically so that we are not assaulted. To make us not be assaultable, literally Allah had to make us invisible to men. Because those men who would assault a woman, usually that starts with some crazy form of lust. And I say a crazy form of it because not even like normal attraction to a woman, but that creepy attraction, that creep stuff, creeping out, you know what I'm saying, being weird. It actually makes the woman invisible so that she can move through the world and deal with men and deal with society at large from a respected place, from a place of respect of who she is and what she is, and not what she looks like and how sexy she is, and garnering the attention of men who, based on whether or not they think you attractive, will treat you either good or bad. It is actually there to prevent that from happening for the vast majority. The other thing is that not only could she not tolerate the lack of attention and vanity, she also could not tolerate the respect. A hyena cannot tolerate respect. They cry about respect. They cry about men respecting them and not shaming them and not, having a bad outlook on them and a bad, just having a bad concept and a bad perception of who they are. But they see to it that you can't respect them. Because one,
it's crazy in the hood that you got some women out here that do some stuff that should not be respected, but they demand respect from men. Like, how does that work? How does that work? You full of vanity, you full of being consumed by the garden of insanity. And you because like I said, modern women are geniuses when it comes down to bad decisions. You're making these choices. There's a cause and effect to your actions, but you still want the best of men? That doesn't work, sis. It does not work, and it will never will work. The only way it will work on men is that he green when it comes down to women, or he just dumb. He's just dumb. He don't know no better. Because probably consumed by the Garden of Insanity as well, and just drown into vanity, drown into vices. That's the only way. But a freaking self-respecting man, he ain't going for that. And these women demand respect, but they ain't trying to respect themselves. But yeah, let's ride out.
Once the respect, real respect comes, it comes at the cost of male attention. And that's the part that hyenas don't know, and they don't like it. When men respect you, they often are not attracted to you either. You trade attraction for respect. It's a trade-off. Usually a man, how can I put this? It's weird because depending on, I don't want to say 100% of the time, but it's like if he desires you sexually a lot, you probably not going to get the respect out of him. He probably not going to respect you because he desires you.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that to a degree. If that's like what he want, and that's who you are, and you're not faking the fun, maybe you would be. I'm 50-50 on that. Depends on what type of women that she is and who you encounter. But yeah, let's ride out.
And it's almost like those two things can't reside in the man for the same woman. It's a weird dynamic. It's almost the Madonna whore complex. The woman he respects can't be the woman that he's sexually desirous of. It's weird. It's weird. The lines get blurred a lot, but it's there. And it's a weird thing. Because when you are a woman who has always gotten respect from men, you rarely get the sexual attention from those same men. Maybe the men can clarify it in the comment section, like clarify what that is.
I will say this, men are not that one-dimensional. We can like multiple things within a person. We're simple, but we're not one-dimensional. We can like multiple things about a woman. So I'm gonna clear that out right now. If you watching this video, Crimson Cure. Well, I can only speak for me. So, but I will confidently say that like most men can like and respect women. Can be attracted to women and respect them. Like multiple things can be done and can be, cherished at once. If that makes sense. But yeah, let's ride out.
Because I've noticed it through my whole life, even before I was Muslim. Like being a tomboy and just being, I've always been respected more or less by most of the boys and men that I have encountered. But that respect comes at the cost of not really being desired or chased for, like, you don't really get the male gaze like that. It's different. And she's not used to that. Her and her ilk, not used to that. They're accustomed to garnering a man's lust only. And then wishing for his respect on the back end. But they don't know how to have respect. They don't know how to take respect. They don't know how to handle male respect. Because when men respect you, and as a woman, because I've said before, it's not natural to them to respect women. It's something that is taught. Men have to learn respect for women. So with that in mind, they just hold you differently in their minds.
That's because they're not used to it. Especially, attractive women that's probably in vanity like Brittany Renner. They're not used to it. They're not used to being respected because how she carry herself. So when she actually get that from men, it's like foreign. It's like you speaking in a different language. They don't understand. You know. That's just all to it. A lot of these women like Brittany Renner, they're not gonna get it, even if you lay out the blueprint. Like men will be try to put these women on game on a lot of these podcasts and stuff like that, and women will still say, "Well, this no, it's what it is. It's what we're trying to tell you, about men, and y'all still reaching for something that's not even there." It's ridiculous. Like they try to make something more than what it is. It's annoying, but yeah, let's ride out.
Right? The only woman that a man can respect and still want sex from her is if he marries her. It's a weird thing. And then even then, the woman that he marries is probably not necessarily the woman he's most sexually attracted to. He's attracted to her. I'm not saying he's not attracted to her, but she probably ain't the same woman that he had the most sexual chemistry with or that he had the most sexual desire for.
That could be said about women too, getting with guys. Vice versa. Because a lot of these people are settling for something, that don't have the full package of any aspects of what attraction is for anybody. What it is to you. So, I agree to that to an extent, but I also disagree. I'm 50-50 on that, but yeah, let's ride out.
And women like Brittany don't know what to do with that. They have never encountered that side of men. The side of a man that can see you and not lust at you and deal with you as y'all claim y'all want to be dealt with like a human being and not sexually objectified, but you don't know what to do with yourself when you're not being sexually objectified. She doesn't know what to do. Talked about, I dealt with from my mind, but I mean the body, but it was killing her to wear them hijabs and wear those dresses that actually hid her figure. And the men would not, since they can't see it, they can't lust after it. They can see her face is pretty, right? They can see that. So they see she's attractive, but the fire of the lust is not stoked. It's dampened actively by the clothes that a Muslim woman wears when she's wearing her hijab and her abayas properly. And just to call a thing, hoes don't know what to do with that. Hoes are trained on being hoes.
Right. But here's the thing too. It's over sexualized in society today. So seeing women covered up is like, man, that brings like imagination to men. Well, I can only speak for me. It brings imagination to men, to how a woman looks, how attractive she is when she covers herself, because a lot of these chicks going outside looking any kind of way and just had their ass out and all that, it's over sexualized. But to see that type of thing nowadays, that's good, because a lot of these guys they tune out from American women that's consumed by the garden of insanity. But yeah, let's ride out.
And the thing that gets them by, and that form of validation from men, they don't know what to do without that. Lost without it. But women who are accustomed to receiving respect from men, at least in some measure, you learn actually how to navigate around men in such a way where you don't get that type of validation from them. They don't give it to you. You know what I mean? Because the environment and just the way that the interaction is going, it don't call for it. So they'll give you respect, like they'll talk to you like a human and not like an object that he want to screw. Right? Because it can get real gutter if you want to go there. But he doesn't look at you that way. And so he'll deal with you like a person. That will also require you to have a personality. Another thing whores don't have. They don't have actual personalities. They have fake personalities. They have facades that they put on. They have characters that they play, but they don't actually have personalities and intellectual power. So when a man is looking at you not as a sex object, but as a human being on par with him, he's also expecting stimulating conversation, that you have a brain, basically. Since he can't deal with you for your TNA, at least he can deal with you for your brain. And so you need to have that. You actually need to have that. And then you don't have that either. Come on. You're going to have to do one or the other. And she chose. Because she spent too long not developing no personality. She made being cute her personality. I'm pretty, I'm high yellow, you know what I'm saying? I got a nice body and this, that, and the third, and men lust for me and they sexually desire me and I get money from them and I get attention from them and things of that nature. So that's her whole personality. Women who approach men and maneuver in the world in a way that gets them respect, specifically Muslim women who are moving properly through the world like a Muslim woman's supposed to, you got to have a personality. You do. You got to be able to talk about stuff. You got to know stuff. You got to know stuff. Like you got to know stuff. Like you have to be informed. You have to be aware. Right? Because that come with the expectation, especially of a Muslim. The expectation of Muslims in general is high. Right? Regardless of whether people like Muslims or not, the expectation for how we behave and what we're doing and all that kind of stuff is very high. For non-Muslims as well. If they see a Muslim doing something that they don't think Muslims supposed to be doing, a non-Muslim will call you out too fast. Wait, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Muslims do that, you get called too fast. Okay? And they're not shy about it either. If non-Muslims see a Muslim drinking or cussing or doing all this stuff, they quick. Muslims supposed to be doing that. Muslims not supposed to be doing that. Thought y'all was Muslim. I thought you was Muslim. That's the first thing they say. I thought you was Muslim. Because the expectation, the standard is high. She couldn't deal with that standard. It's too high. It causes for her to be a person and a human and a woman. And not just a sex object.
All of a facade. She wasn't going to deal with that anyway.
And then discard after
he wasn't about that life.
After he done got personal clarity, now he don't know why he over here with you. You know what to do with that. She just stopped trying to play in God face, what she needs to stop doing. She need to be canceled. But the Boneyard don't cancel this type of foolishness. They get mad at people telling people not to wear bonnets, but they don't get tired of this foolishness right here.
But yeah, what y'all think? Especially what I was saying earlier, man. Leave it in the comments down below. Hit that like button, subscribe if you knew I do a variety of videos here, and hype the video up. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.